Hi guys, and welcome to TFL Classics, and welcome, if you will, my brand new, very old 2004 Mitsubishi Montero Limited. It's mine, all mine. Now it's 6 months later, and things have changed significantly. Yep, I bought Tommy's 2001 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Why? I never said this on camera, but I actually love WJs a lot. This is one of my favorite Jeeps ever made. And so when Tommy pulled up with one of these, I was so ticked off because it's like, I should have bought that. Anyway, long story short, I'll give you the whole long story. The Mitsubishi Montero, still one of my dream machines. I loved it until it broke down a lot. Intake problems, ECU problems, wiring issues. The thing was a mess. And after months and months and months of being at a mechanic, and then another mechanic, a Mitsubishi mechanic, a specialist, finally I sold it. I got rid of it. And I'm kind of happy about that, because one of the problems with owning a Mitsubishi Montero is the fact that parts are really hard to come by, and people who are qualified to work on these vehicles, it's frankly kind of hard to come by. So I thought about it, and I had my Chevy Blazer. I still do, actually. In fact, that's going up for sale officially, finally. Gonna sell it. And if you guys are interested in that red Chevy Blazer, you're more than welcome to contact me at asknathan@tflcar.com or just nathan@tflcar.com. Either way it'll get to me. I'm probably gonna sell it this upcoming week. Okay, so I thought about it. I need to buy a vehicle that has four-wheel drive, that is fairly reliable, that I can drive occasionally back and forth to work, because I get cars from automakers to drive. So why not get something that I can hold on to for a little while until the market calms down, that replaces the Mitsubishi Montero, and something most importantly that my kid can drive. She has a Nissan Leaf, and we live in snow country, as you can see. One of the problems with the Leaf is that in deep snow it doesn't work very well. So initially, that's why I got the Montero. I used to have a Nissan Pathfinder, so I need something that I can send to school with her so she can get out of, sticky situations, and that's what this is for.
And this is a 2001 Jeep Grand Cherokee.
All right, Tommy, so let's see what the Jeep can do.
You'll see this thing walk this obstacle like it wasn't even there. I mean, if I scrape at all, it's probably Nathan's fault. Oh, look at that. Sounds like the Titanic. It sounds like the Titanic. We are sinking in a Grand Cherokee. Here comes a tail, not a scrape. What is it? Nothing.
Well, you're about to hit now.
It didn't scrape. All right, cut camera. We're good. Let's keep going.
Yeah, we're not cutting. Keep going.
All right, use that. Made it through without a single touch of the hitch. Just going to gently crawl it. You shall see the amazing power of the 4.7 liter V8. Like nothing was even there. And that's with open diffs, I should mention. God, I love this Jeep already. I mean, I can't say I love it, because I'll fall in love with it and then it'll crap out. God, I appreciate this Jeep to a large extent.
So one of the things I learned about Tommy, just by getting this vehicle from him, is that he has had some knife fights. If you look here, this is what the kid does when he's not at TFL. He goes out and does some fighting on the side, probably for some extra money, so he can buy more Mini Coopers. So what I wanted to do, and it doesn't quite match, but they have these really cool leatherette insert stick-on thingies, so you can cut these and place it over there. It should stick, and it'll cover up some of these bad gashes. And if you do it right, it won't look too terribly bad. The color doesn't quite match. I don't think I can find a color that matches this. And another spot right over here, I don't know if you can see that, but this is really mangled. So I'll try to fill that and add one of these here, just kind of fix it. And then really there's not much else to do with this interior other than clean it up a bit. Tommy brought in, I think, a full-size horse and somehow managed to get it in here, and with all the hay and dirt and everything that's been scattered. And I like a nice clean vehicle. And once again, my kid's gonna be driving this, and so is my wife, and they're all about presentation, so I want it to look good, or at least better than it does now, but it's not too bad. And as I said, I'm downright happy. I think the term is chuffed that I got one of these. And not only do I like the straight 6 4-liter, but I actually really like the 4.7-liter engine. It's an interesting engine because they actually put a lot of work into it. It's not what you think it is. It's not some rehashed older one. This is actually something, actually the whole vehicle is something they put billions of dollars into research when they were building these, which is why at the time they were one of the best vehicles on the road. So, Tommy, when he first got it, bought it with a transmission that was about to fail, and it had many problems, as you guys may have seen in our video, No Payment Needed.
What a machine right there.
Drive belt's looking good on this unit. That's nice. Power steering fluid's looking okay. I do not like that. I see a little bit of a buildup of coolant right there on that thermostat housing. It looks like probably plastic. Overall, I think you did pretty good myself, Tommy. You know, you got some bushings that are slowly cracked and a few other things, but you know, overall, I think for the price, this is what you want to buy for that kind of money.
So over time, this is 6 months later roughly, Tommy is gone, and well, it's got these brand new tires. He's gone through the transmission. He's definitely made sure that the engine's running strong, brakes are good, suspension's good. So after thousands of dollars invested into it, I figured, what a great purchase. And I think I was right. Now, there are a couple things I'm going to do with it, just to make it look a little nicer. The hood, have a look here. This is one of the issues that from a distance really makes it look kind of shoddy. But I know for a fact that it's not that difficult to make this hood look decent, at least somewhat temporarily. A little bit of sanding done the proper way with some clear coat, and this hood will look much better and won't be quite as embarrassing. There are other things that need to be touched up on the outside, some struts and some other components that I have to add to the back in order to help the glass, and a little bit of work in the interior. And this thing will be up to snuff. Everything works. And I'm really excited about this because I always wanted one of these, but I never had the right reason to get one. Now I do. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Did I make a mistake by buying Tommy's WJ? I don't think I did. Fight me on it. I'm just kidding. But the point is that I'm very happy about this purchase. I'm pretty happy that I got rid of the Montero. If you're wondering where it was sold back to the person who actually sold it to me. That dealership now has it, and by now they probably sold it to somebody else. But this, a lot easier to find parts for, a lot easier to maintain, and if you treat it right, I think I can get another 100,000 miles out of it. Not that I'm gonna try. See you guys next time.